Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please say hello to my friend approaching the corner of the bar. Well, I will be meeting him in a matter of seconds. This is all perfectly scripted. You'd see it if you had the script. You'd see how incredibly well this is going. My dear friend, Mr. John Nichols. Why, hello, John Nichols.
No, I love you more. No way, it's Sean Michael Dargan.
It's true, I just happened to be here at the venue on Winnebago, and I was thinking that I was thirsty. Are you thirsty?
I am thirsty, brother. I came here thinking this was still the Sons of Norway. And so I was expecting one of their fine Norwegian beverages. But it seems cooler now.
Like a mead?
No, yeah, something ancient and justified. Yeah.
Ancient and justified. That was my nickname in high school. So I was thinking perhaps if we were lucky that my good friend John DeHaven here, who has strategically placed himself behind the bar, as if in the position of a barkeep, in a jaunty cap as well. I was wondering if he could possibly make us a couple of brandy old fashions. He says, oh, sure. John, do you want to say hi to the nice people?
Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here. Such a beautiful show. Thanks for being here, Sean.
Thanks for having us. All right, get on those drinks, will you, mister? So, John, you got anything to tell me?
Maybe I'm old-fashioned. But I think you should always have a guitarist on speed dial.
On speed dial? What do you mean, John?
Always have a guitarist you can rely on. And let me tell you a story. About 10 years ago, we were putting together the National Conference on Media Reform. Big, huge event. Bill Moyers was coming, and senators and everybody, and we had to have some entertainment. And so I called up Patti Smith.
The Patti Smith?
I think there's only one, brother.
I think you might be right.
So I called up Patti Smith. I said, can you come and do this? She was like, absolutely, because she's a deeply committed, cool person. And so that was all set. Patti Smith is going to be the entertainment in St. Louis at the National Conference on Media Reform. And then Patti...
That sounds like a good show. Can I go to that one? Well, it already happened. Sorry.
10 years ago, brother. Stick with me. So it's all great. And then like about a week before, Patti calls up. She says, this sounds great, really into this, but I can't bring my band. And so do you have a guitarist? And I instantly said, yes, I have a guitarist. And she said, is he good? And I said, he's great. And she said, cool, I'll play with him. And then after that had all been sorted out, I called you, Sean.
Oh, yeah. I had forgotten. Until just now.
Yeah, and I called and I said, do you know Patti Smith? You know Patti Smith's music? And you said, yeah, I know. She's like incredible, greatest kind of rocker of all time, fantastic, blah, blah, blah. And I said, do you know her stuff well? And you said, not that well.
That was the wrong answer, wasn't it?
My confidence was shaken a little. But you said, and I recall, you said, I'm going to go out and buy some albums. And you did. And then we got you together with Adam Benedetto in your van. And you drove, it's like a Cheech and Chong thing down there to St. Louis. And you I remember you bounded up in front of the big hotel, and you came bouncing out. And my confidence at this point was completely shot. And so you come wandering up there, and you got your guitar and that, and we introduced you to Patti, and Patti is like, cool, because she's totally cool. And then you're going to rehearse, and that's the last I saw of either of you for like 2 days. Except I know you went to visit William Burroughs' grave, and because I saw the photos. And
she took that on her Polaroid.
On a Polaroid of you at William Burroughs' grave, yeah. And so that was cool, and that's good. So we get, it's like the night of the show. And I'm up there talking. We got 5,000 people there. And, you literally had, like some of those prominent people in progressive politics ever. And I said, now, ladies and gentlemen, Patti Smith. and Sean Michael Dargan.
And everybody said, who?
Yeah, no, there was and then Patty introduced herself. But so then the thing is, so you get up there, and at this point, I'm like, this can only be good or bad. And Patti Smith stepped to the microphone and started singing Dancing Barefoot, and Sean Michael Dargan started playing an exquisite solo electric guitar with a reggae kind of underdrift to it, and they played off into 5 songs, and thousands of people were roaring in applause. So maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I really think you should have a guitarist on speed dial, and you're my guitarist.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend John Nichols. And unless I'm so, oh, by the way, yes, we seem to have acquired a couple of brandy old fashions. Thank you, John. This looks good. And to everyone in the room, salud.
In Norwegian.
Or slancha. Ooh, that's delicious. Wow, indeed. Could you please welcome back to the stage Shawndell Marks?
Hi. I think I might move this too. Is that all right? Did I play with Patti Smith? Yeah, back in the 70s. I do love Patti Smith, though. She's an amazing author, to check her out if you haven't. All right, I have one more song for the evening, and thanks, Sean, for inviting me here. Thank you. There is a warrior, dragon woman, beautiful crimson down my throat. She's looking for fire, that critical fire. She sits in my belly, bathing in acid, beautiful crimson, but she's lost her fire. She's looking for fire, that critical fire. Tell me where's your fire, the fire that fuels your heart, burn the lights that keep you here. Go now, go. Thank you.
Hello, Shawndell Marks. That was amazing. Join me on this. Is this a cheetah print, would you say? Or jaguar?
Cheetah. Let's call it cheetah. This is very Conan O'Brien, by the way.
Well, you know, I am taller than Conan O'Brien. I don't know about anyone else, but I was weeping a little in that song. That thing was more than beautiful. Can you remind me the name of it?
Thank you. The name is Heart of Fire, and I wrote the lyrics in Taos, New Mexico, on a writer's retreat. Very inspiring location, Taos.
Did you write the lyric or the music first?
I wrote the lyrics first.
Was there a piano nearby, though?
There was not. I actually wrote it in a cafe. I had this, like, goddess kind of inspiration. I don't want to get too much into it tonight. Rock and roll might not be the place.
Oh, no, bring it on.
No, I mean, Heart of Fire is all about, we're all humans, right? And we all have things in our life that fuel us. But especially as we get to be adults, it's easy to let those things fade away. We have to, do adult responsibilities. But I'm here to tell you, find your passion and do it, because that is an amazing part of being a human being. It's necessary. The world needs it.
Thank you, Shawndell. Do you have any shows coming up you might like to tell the nice people about?
Oh my gosh. February, you guys, is amazing. I have 3 amazing shows. First one, I'm in a cover band called Gold Dust Women. We do Fleetwood Mac, all female, all rockers, and if there were not kids in the room, I might drop the F-bomb. Amazing. Okay, February 8th, Al Ringling Theater. Get your tickets online. February 13th, I'll be at the High Noon Saloon for... Right? We got some High Noon fans. We love High Noon. Patsy Cline Valentine is the name of this show. Nice. So I will be singing Patsy Cline, Dolly Parton. And if anyone here knows Frank Bush of Wheelhouse, also a tall man, also tall and handsome like you.
Shucks.
He will be doing Johnny Cash and Hank Williams. So that's February 13th. Also online, you can get tickets. the last show I wanted to tell you about was February 29th, also at the Al Ringling Theater. Madison Malone is coming here from LA. We're going to do a show together. She has an EP release. Super talented, beautiful human, Madison Malone.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you played a Patsy Cline song earlier in your early set, did you not?
I did.
And which song was that?
It was crazy. It was a song that my mom taught me how to sing when I was like 13.
But wait a minute. She didn't write that song, did she?
She did not write that song. Otherwise, I would probably be richer.
But I'd be curious to know if anyone in the room knows who wrote that song. Many people in the room. It does not surprise me that the Rock and Roll Supper Club is full of people who know that Willie Nelson wrote Crazy. Thank you very much, Rock and Roll Supper Club. And thank you, Shawndell Marks.
So good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the Periodicals.
For a long minute, looking in the mirror, back at the beginning, I remember the first time. So many words lost in living. Why let the first line forget me nots tied without condition, caught out in the headlight, you and me tested to the limit. If I've got one regret, I haven't put my finger on it yet. No, I can't stop knowing all the things we've got, building my world around you. So glad I found you. No, I can't stop.
Can't stop. No, I can't stop. I can't stop. No, I can't stop. No, I can't stop. Can't stop. Ooh, I want you. I want you.
Can't stop.
Can't stop.
Catch me, 'cause I'm falling, counting on three little words, but one of them is missing. Out loud, scared of the silence, and fear itself like a premonition. If I've got one regret, I haven't put my finger on it yet. No, I can't stop knowing all the things we've got, building my world around you. So glad I found you. No, I can't stop. Can we get back what we've lost? Trying so hard to reach you. Now I really need you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop. I Thank you. All my waking hours fast asleep, alone at night to the truth. All the looks and lies that come from the sheets, all the looks that I've given you. Morning after morning, it's the same restraints, driving fate and nature away. When you see me sigh and hurting inside, you just look on through. Can I catch your eye? No, all you don't say. Can I read your mind? Can I walk away? If you're leaving, say goodbye. 'Cause I don't need your looks and lies. With that look in your eye, let it all come true. Take all the money, make it talk, that's what it's for. And if you don't know that, you're a fool. You thrust that bunch of notes in my face like it's your own truth. Got you running wild in this race. You wanna take it all. But I know you better than that, at least I used to. Can I catch your eye? No, all you don't say. Can I go back where the feeling died? Can I walk away? If you're leaving, say goodbye. 'Cause I don't need your looks and lies. With that look in your eye, let it all come true. If you're leaving, say goodbye. 'Cause I don't need your looks and lies. With that look in your eye, let it all come true. All come true with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Periodicals. Holy cow. What's your name, brother?
Steve.
I knew that. Steve, the bass player.
Heather.
Oh my gosh, on vocals. Back on the kit.
Eric.
Eric on the kit. On the keyboard.
Alita.
Hi, Alita. On the guitar.
Jeff.
Jeff Blakehorst on the guitar. And my friend and co-producer of this show, right here on the lead guitar and on the guitar and the lead vocals, some lead guitars, some lead vocals, Mr. John Wedge.
Good evening, everybody.
So, I have just a couple of quick questions for you two. Those last two songs are two of my favorite songs in the world right now, including the first one, which has been stuck in my head for the last month since I heard it. Tell me the name of that song, please.
I Can't Stop.
and I can't stop.
So don't stop.
I shall not stop. Who wrote that song?
We wrote that song, and one of the cool things about this, we got some. Every band has changes in the lineup, and we're just very lucky to have a couple of new members in the band in the last kind of 6 or 8 months, and this is kind of the first song that we wrote as a collective. So we got some DNA from Heather in there, and we got some DNA from Eric in there, and it was kind of the first one that we just said, "Wow, this is pops," cool.
It is one of the best songs I've ever heard. I love it so much. So much. I love it.
As ever, Sean, you're too kind.
And if you could please put your hands together once more for the Periodicals. Now, the Periodicals will be doing a short set as we wrap up the show in just a few minutes, not right away, but in a little bit. But in the meantime, I couldn't help but notice that my dear friend Jacob Mills is still in the house, and I wonder what he might have for us now.
Good evening and welcome. I've never had curly hair. I want to do this. I want to divide the audience down the center. You can turn that down. I'm going to have this. All these people are going to stand over there facing this way. All you people will stand up over there facing this way. I'll give these guys a handful of pocket knives. They'll throw them over this way. Whatever doesn't stick, you guys pick up and throw that right over there. It just goes on until things slow down. But it's fun. I need a volunteer. Would you help me? You have the hat. Give him a round of applause. Stand right there. Very good. It fits you so well. What's your name? Soren. Soren? Soren, stand up. There's another Soren. Look at there's your brother in name right there. Soren 1 and Soren 2. You'll be that tall someday. What do you want to be when you grow up? Good, very good. All right, I want you to stand over here. Hold your hands out here like that. Just like that. Hold them up like that. Tilt the hat back, look up that way. Ah! Okay, this is what we're going to do. All right, very good. Oh, you've got your own hat. You don't need my hat. Okay, you take that hat and you put it on your head. Hold it right in front of you. Just like that. Hold it right there. Yeah, there's something in it. Hold it right there. Hold it right up there. Just hold it right up there. Hold on to the hat. Don't let go of the hat. Hold on to the hat, okay? Hold on to the hat. I don't want it on your head. I want you to hold it in front of you. Just hold it like that, okay? What was your name again? Soren. Aha! Okay, good. All right. Now, this is what we're going to do, Soren. How many people in here are not good with math? Raise your hand. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to climb to the top of this 22-foot ladder. I'm going to dive off head first into the hat, and you're going to catch me. Now, it's very important that you hang onto the hat really high. Move your hands at the sides. I'll never fit in there if you don't. I don't come to your job and laugh at you. I'm trying to work here. All right, here we go now. Soren, hang onto the hat really tight. Climb to the top of this ladder. On the count of 3. Okay. 1, 2. Ah! Wait. Please. Okay, sorry. Here we go now, sorry. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Wait. All right, sorry, wait. Let's just think about this a second. I don't want to screw this up in front of everybody. There'd be blood all over the floor. I've got an idea. You climb the ladder, I'll catch you, okay? Just climb right up there, go whoo, wham, right into the hat. Go, get down, what are you out of your mind? That's probably your mom. Where'd that lady go? It was the attorney over here. All right, hold the hat. All right, hold it up a little higher. No, hold it right, a little bit higher. Just right there. Oh, look, he's got a sticker for the periodicals right there. All right, here we go. I'm going to get a running start. Smile like a bad toothpaste commercial.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jacob Mills.
Yay.
So, how many of you have seen Jacob Mills do his thing with the Wild Rumpus Circus? I know you have. How many of you are in the Wild Rumpus Circus? At least Soren. Yeah, oh, please. I don't know, Jacob. Can you?
If you would like to see some of your neighbors, some of these kids and other people in a fantastic family show, it's called the Wild Rumpus Circus Flippers and Flappers, a nod to the 20s, and it opens February 8th for 3 shows. Come see us at the Goodman Community Center. Thank you very much.
So, we are nearing the end of the Rock and Roll Supper Club, the official show, which, as I mentioned earlier, we've never done before, and you were part of the inaugural experience, and it's been marvelous for me. I hope you've enjoyed it half as much as I have. This next song we're going to play is written by my dear friend Dan Kennedy, and he's going to sing it for us, and it's called Back in Your Arms.
What leads me back to you? I only wish I knew. Something keeps pulling me closer. Not all I ever wanted. In oh so many ways. I should count my blessings. Instead I count the days till I'm back in your arms, back in your arms. Back in your arms, back in your arms. I try to stay away every day. I'm back in your arms. Back in your arms is where I wanna be. But someone's waiting up for me. Know I got to say goodbye, but I can't seem to hang it up. When I hear you calling, try to make a stand, but I keep on falling. Back in your arms, back in your arms. Back in your arms, back in your arms. I try to stay away every day. I'm back in your arms. Every time I draw the line, I walk away. Try to say it's over, but oh, I know in a little while I'll be counting down the minutes, counting out the miles till I'm back in your arms, back in your arms, back in your arms, back in your arms. I try to stay away every day. I'm back in your arms, back in your arms. Back in your arms, back in your arms. I try to stay away every day. Yeah, I'm back in your arms. Yeah, I'm back in your arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Kennedy on the guitar and the vocals. He wrote that. Back behind me, Mr. Bill Getchow on the drums and the vocals.
Thank you.
Mr. Aaron Scholes on the bass and the vocals.